John, first of all, a defeat on Tuesday. Obviously, only a few days you've had to train, so how have the lads looked in and around the place this week?
Obviously, we've not been able to do a great deal with games coming thick and fast. So the message is just trying to be positive, really. We're at a stage of the season where we've got to now dig in. We've played, 12 games? 11 or 12 games, so we know where we are as a team, and the message is really to start now fighting and start with Saturday's game.
Yeah, it is a lot more about mentality rather than physical work on the pitch, isn't it, with you having such a short space of time to actually be out on the pitch with games coming thick and fast.
Yeah, we obviously the players know how we play, how we want to play, and there's obviously things that we haven't done well in certain games that we need to improve on, and that's always the case. So, but no, as I say, the players obviously we watch the videos and see where we can improve, what we do well, and we've got to put that into practice on Saturday. Obviously, Dorking are on a reasonable run. All the games that we play are tough, but we know if we're at it and play it to the way, perform the way that we can, then we've got more than a good chance of getting 3 points.
Yeah, just a word on Zach Johnson coming in for his debut on Tuesday night. How did you rate him? And he's only going to get better with more match experience, isn't he?
Well, we hope so. I thought he did well against tough opposition, and competed well. I thought on the ball, he passed the ball well, and like you say, we're hoping that Zach, once he really settles in, then he'll do well for us and help us to keep the clean sheets that we'll need to do if we want to achieve anything.
Yeah, you really have had to shuffle the pack, haven't you, over recent weeks? You saw Luke Hendry and Joe Gray filled in midfield. So, where does that sort of stop? When do you get crack players, playing in where they should be? Are you still just waiting on certain players to come back from injury, or are you still, casting an eye over until the right player comes available?
Yeah, obviously, injuries dictate on the teams that we can put out, and we obviously looking to try and bring more players in. And this time of season, there's only a certain amount of players that are available, so it's important that if we do bring somebody in, it's going to improve us. Otherwise, it's pointless just to bring in a body. So no, we're working hard at that, and then with Joe coming in now, hopefully that'll help us to recruit and bring in the right people.
Yeah, just a word on the injuries. We touched on it on Tuesday with Alex Lacey and Kieran Wallace. Is there any update on them two ahead of Saturday, and is there anything else to report on in your squad? Yeah,
we'll look at them today. Kieran's struggling a little bit, and we know with Alex, it's just a matter of whether his eye heals well enough. Where it is above his eye, then we're not able to put a bandage on it or any protection, so that's the reason why he's struggling. So, but we need to make sure it's healed properly, because last thing we want him to do is it to happen again, and then obviously it could cause a real problem if it gets infected. So, so we'll just assess them today and say hopefully one of them will be available, if not two. If not, then obviously we've got players who hopefully will come in and do a really good job for us.
Yeah, we've touched on Saturday's game against Dorking there. Is it just about seeing a reaction from the players on Saturday afternoon? Yeah,
we want that every time we go out and play. There's no easy games, and the Solihull game, although we didn't get a result, and we know probably Solihull on the day were the better. There wasn't a great deal between the two teams. There wasn't a lot of chances. Disappointed with the goals that we conceded. We could have had a couple of goals ourselves. Keeper made a fantastic save off one of the headers. So, and that could have changed the game. So, no, what you don't have to do is get too carried away in these positions, as you don't when you're winning. So we know where we are as a team, and and we've got to dig deep now and keep going and realise that we're still in a playoff position, and if we can be in that position around about January, February time, then hopefully we can have a good push and achieve what we want to achieve.
Yeah, it's the first time Hartlepool have ever met Dorking, and just on the outside, how have you looked at their story over the last sort of few years? Sunday League to National League. Have you got any thoughts on how Mark White and Dorking have sort of built over the last few years to be at this point?
They've done fantastic to get to this level, and obviously when they got up last season, I think everybody was probably thinking, would they be able to sustain what they're doing, and they have. They've got good players. Obviously, they've spent well, and they play with a freedom, and I think that's what gets them results. And no, it'll be tough. And but as I say, there's no game in this league which isn't. There's very much a muchness for the majority of the teams, and we've just got to make sure that we're right and at it, and if we are, then there's no reason we can't get the 3 points we need.
Yeah, Dorking play a similar style to wins that you've already had against Gateshead and Wealdstone, so will you be drawing back on them two games and taking things from them two wins, whether it be things tactically or just taking confidence from the fact that they have already beat two decent footballing sides already this season?
No, we just have to concentrate on ourselves. Whoever we play, obviously you look at it, see where you feel as though there's weaknesses. But the main thing for our players is they go out, they know where they're playing. We've got a way of playing, and hopefully they go out with confidence and express themselves. And on the back of that, you need to work rate. The work rate needs to be high, and off the ball we need to do better. And as I say, it's something that we keep banging on about, and hopefully the message is getting over, and we start to improve as a team.